Here is the ultimate minimalist checklist to get you started on your minimalism journey. Hello, my name's Rachel. I do videos about decluttering, minimalism and my no spend year, and today I have a checklist for you of things that you can do to start becoming a minimalist or develop a minimalist lifestyle. And so hopefully these are things that you can start ticking off as you are going through your journey to know that you are on the right path. And minimalism is all about reducing down the amount of stuff that you have, simplifying your life and beginning to live more intentionally. So that is the ultimate goal through a minimalist journey. And it's not about the destination, it is absolutely the journey that you will take that classes as becoming minimalist. It is that process that helps you change your mindset, reframe things, rethink things so that you are living more intentionally. So the first thing you need to do is you need to know your why. This is really crucial to minimalism. You need to know why you are wanting to reduce what you have. Are you feeling like your environment is too stressed? Is it feeling chaotic? Is it feeling overwhelming, the amount of stuff that you have? Is your life feeling chaotic, as in you've got too much stuff in your schedule, that you feel like you're constantly on the go? Know what your why is so that you know what you are aiming for. You know that you want to simplify your life, you want to live with more intention, maybe you want to save money, maybe you want to have less stuff. Knowing your why will keep you motivated, so make sure that you have that in the back of your mind all of the time while you're decluttering, because that's going to keep you going. My second tip is to start small. This is really crucial when you're beginning decluttering. It can feel overwhelming when you start, and it could feel like there's too much stuff to deal with, don't know where to go, but doing a small section at a time and just finishing that small section is the best way to feel like you are accomplishing things and that you are ticking off areas as you go. So for example, one small area might be your bedside table. You're just going to make that look how you want it to look, thinking about your why and what it is you're aiming for. You make that look the way that you want it to look. Once you have finished with one area like the bedside table, that's when you might move on to maybe a section of your wardrobe. It doesn't have to be the whole wardrobe. It could be that you just look at dresses, you just look at trousers, you go through them, you reduce down to what you feel comfortable with, and then that is when you have finished that small area. So focusing small area at a time. You can follow along with the little acts of decluttering on my social media channels if that's the way that you want to keep decluttering, but I will go into this again as well in another step. 3. Know that minimalism is personal to you. It's not a one size fits all. It is not it has to be this, this or this. It is a personal journey. And so although there is a checklist that I'm going through, it is about making sure that it fits you, your lifestyle, your aims. So that means you need to go at your pace. So if going at a small area at a time is your pace, then go for it. If you want to do a whole bedroom at a time or a whole room at a time, that is also okay. But do it at the pace that suits you. If you can only find 5 minutes a day to declutter, then just do 5 minutes, do what you can in that time. So keep it at your pace in a way that's personal to you. And within that, also think about not comparing yourself to others. You may find that there is inspiration on different social medias where they give you suggestions of what you might be aiming for. That is part of your why, that's your goal, that's your visualization. But try not to compare your life to others, your home to others, your schedule to others. Just think about what you want it to be and make it fit to you. Tip number 4, think about your wants versus your needs. This is quite crucial when you're decluttering and also when you're purchasing as well, because there will be times when you need to replace items or there's something that you might need. It is about thinking about, do I need this item? Is it serving a purpose? Is it versatile? Can it be used in different ways? Or do I have a duplicate? Is it something that you absolutely need to survive? Or is it just something that you want? Think about that as you're going through your decluttering and decide whether or not it's really actually serving you and working for you, or if it's just a luxury item that you don't really need. And tip number 5 is to keep the beautiful. Minimalism is absolutely not about getting rid of everything. It's not necessarily about having nothing at all. It is about having a home that is full of things that you need. and also full of things that you love. What is more satisfying than looking around your home and thinking, I love all these things? And that's what you're looking for. So if you're decluttering items and it doesn't fall into the I need it category, but it is something that you love and you get that amazing feeling when you think about it or look at it, then absolutely that is an item to keep. So it's not about getting rid of everything, it's about having a home full of all the things that you love. So bear that in mind. You can keep any of the beautiful things that you really love. Tip number 6 is to clear your schedule. Clear it completely of all the unnecessary things, the little things that you've scheduled in, the extra busyness that you've kind of been creating, and just strip it back. Clear it completely, have that switch off time, and decide what kind of things you want to have in your life, what things do you want to schedule in your daily life. Think about whether or not you're over scheduling. Are you trying to ram too much stuff into your day? Know that it's okay to have a weekend where you do nothing. That is okay. You don't have to be on the go. You can just enjoy your time at home. You can just enjoy your time in your local area, just going for a little walk around the block. It doesn't have to be a complicated, planned out life. It can be very ad hoc and to your choosing. And this also ties into clearing your to-do list. Stop adding things that you don't need to add to your to-do list. You're just creating mind clutter that you just don't need. So clear things away. Don't think of them as big jobs. Just get on with things as they happen and just go with the flow. Tip number 7 is to make sure that you're having pillars of rest within your day, within your week. It is okay to have those switch off times and make sure you're really purposeful with those switch off times. Really just sit in silence, think about your breathing, just take time to be slow, to be careful, to really appreciate your cup of tea or your biscuit. Just take that moment to really rest and not do anything, but do that often. I think we spend so much time being busy that we don't allow ourselves that rest time. So put more rest time within your day and within your week. Tip number 8 is to keep decluttering. So we've talked about starting small, but it's important that you keep going with your decluttering and know that it's a habit that you need to regularly keep up, because there's always things that are entering in your home. So if you were to just stop decluttering when you feel like you're done, then you're in a dangerous territory of then allowing clutter to kind of build up again unnecessarily. If you keep that regular daily decluttering habit or weekly decluttering habit, it's just going to keep things at bay, keep yourself on top of things so that you're not allowing it to build up again. So another way of doing that is following my little acts of decluttering on my social media channel so that you can keep chipping away at different areas, keep revisiting areas as and when. So that is a great way of doing that. I've also got my little acts of decluttering book. I'll show you a few pages in there. It gives you some ideas of different areas to declutter, how to get motivated and strategies. It gives you challenges to try. It also then itemises different areas within your home that you can declutter, and it tells you some advice, some guidance, so you can go back through, you could tick them off. There's a nice checklist at the end of each section within your home that you can then declutter and tick it off as you go. So that's a really great way of keeping things at bay and keeping going. It's like your little handbook for decluttering. Tip number 9 is to get meal planning. This is quite vital for making things more simple and more intentional. It's just mapping out roughly what meals you're going to have within the week. It makes it easier to make a shopping list. You can shop from the things that you've already got in your cupboard so that it's easier to make your meals and save you buying excess stuff. So think about roughly what you're going to have. You don't have to have them on set days, but know that within the week you're going to have these meals. And it just means that you have done the decision making, you've got the ingredients that you absolutely need. There's no panic of what to have. You might know that you need to use certain veg at the beginning of the week than the end. But other than that, it means that you're quite versatile. You've got that selection. You know exactly what you can make. So a lot of the decision making is done, and it is just easier to shop and to save on some money. And tip number 10 is to simplify your social media. Unfollow anybody that is not serving you a purpose if it's making you feel bad or it's making you feel like you're comparing yourself to them, unfollow them and just have all the key important people that you want. So for example, my Facebook page is just friends and family that I talk to, that I would interact with. I don't have anybody that I wouldn't actually have a conversation with if I bumped into them in the street. And on my other social media like Instagram, I only follow people that inspire me, that get me motivated. I don't necessarily have all friends and family on there. It's my way of getting ideas and inspiration. So I use social media very strategically for my own benefit and to make me feel like I'm using it in a kind of more controlled and simple way. And throughout all this, after these 10 steps, make sure you're celebrating your success as you go. Decide how you're going to do that. Are you going to have a look at your before and after photos? Think about what is working well for you and just appreciate the effort that you're going through, because that is another motivator to keep you going. So there is 10 items on your minimalist checklist to tick off as you are going through your minimalism journey, and I shall be back for more videos soon. Take care. Bye.